Before we get started with today's interview, just a quick reminder, click the thumbs up, make sure you subscribe and ding the bell so that you don't miss any of the great interviews that we have coming up. Now, on to today's interview. Welcome back, everybody. I'm really excited to introduce my special guest today, Christopher Goldston, awesome, wonderful, renowned composer. Christopher, welcome. Thank you so much for taking time to meet with us today.
And thanks for letting me share with you.
So next, I'd like to talk about your piece, Celebration Day. This is such an exciting and up-tempo piece, clearly celebratory. It has this great 6/8 feel to it. It has a lot of joy in it. What are the things that you were thinking about as you composed this work?
Well, one thing that you can do for this piece and all of my pieces really is on the product page where you purchase the digital download of this, there is a description. And so I do have a description of this piece. But actually, the concept of it initially was this was part of a sonatina that was not published as a sonatina. This was the last movement of the sonatina, and it just didn't work out to be published that way. So there's another piece on the list, Deep Waters, which was supposed to be the second movement of that sonatina. So it's kind of an interesting story, but it is definitely a fun, lively piece. It's an F, and it's just a really great technical piece with a lot of F scales, great for students learning in that key. And the middle section has a switch of balance. So the left hand has a melody while the right hand is having to be really nice and light. The more contrast, the better for that section because it's nice to hear that nice, slow, deep bass melody. But it is a very fun and energetic, lively, joyous piece.
What are some techniques that you use with your students to help them achieve a really good balance between melody and accompaniment in works like this?
For this one, it's not so bad because you have staccato left-hand intervals. But so it's not a constant pattern that you have to worry so much about. And then in the middle section is alternating hands. So the melody is always has a rest in the other hand. But just, ghosting always helps, playing the right hand or the melody hand louder while just touching the tops of the keys for the other hand. And being patient and doing that slowly always makes a big difference. So, slow practice is good.
It is the teacher's refrain, right? It's the thing we can always come back to. But that's really excellent advice. And I think as a music instructor who hopes to share some of these videos with my students, I love that you said that because sometimes students need to hear it from someone other than their teacher. So wonderful. Thank you for that. What are some of the challenges that you faced as you were writing Celebration Day?
Well, I did write this and then it sat actually for a number of years. So when I came back to it, I did alter the form a little bit. I altered the ending. The one challenging thing that I think that I had, but I think that is one of the reasons that I wrote the piece, is that the right hand F scale is very unique. It's the only one that's fingered in that way. And so this is an exercise for that. So I think that for students, just getting used to how to play an F scale, because it's all over for this piece, with all these various scales and such. That could be a little bit of a challenge. You could also practice in rhythms to help with that, but just getting used to that, putting 4 on the B flat or the black key there might be a little bit of a challenge for students, but it's a good technical challenge and is one of the reasons that this piece exists.
Christopher Goldston, thank you so much for joining us to talk about your piece Celebration Day. As always, we'll make sure there's a link in the description to Christopher Goldston's website where you can purchase this piece and download it, as well as a YouTube video of Christopher performing it. Thank you so much, Christopher.
Thanks. I hope the students enjoy it.